Welcome back to the Zimmer Biomet APP Chicago Open. Mixed doubles on the docket next. Our gold medal match will feature Yana Newell and Will Howells, the 4 seed, going up against the Brazilian duo, the 7 seed, Mari Humberg and Eric Oncins. Will Howells on the right of your screen just captured the gold in men's doubles alongside CJ Klinger, his partner Yana Newell. In the white hat on the left side of your screen, they dispatched Amanda Hendry and Wilt Sobek in the semifinals on Friday. This is a relatively newer pairing on the mixed doubles side. Chad, what do you like about these two playing together?
Yeah, both these two have kind of changed partners around so far this year, but it's the power from Yana Newell and the power from Will Howells that actually work well together, because Newell can set up Howells for the finish.
On the other side of the net, it's going to be Mari Humberg, black hat on the right side of your screen, and her partner Eric Oncins on the left side. As we mentioned, these two Brazilian natives playing together. Mari going to be playing on the right side. It's going to be something to pay attention to. She's talked about it long and loud. Dom, why is Mari playing on the right side such a big deal for this partnership?
Well, she's a left side female typically, but don't go to sleep on Mari Humberg. She's playing super well on the right side. But when you're playing next to someone as aggressive and big and can cover as much ground as Eric Oncins, it makes that right side a little easier for Mari. So I like these guys right here. I like the way Eric Oncins is playing. He's playing really well in mixed doubles. Typically when you get someone that's coming over, Eric's been playing the game for a long time, but now dedicated full time. A male playing mix, sometimes that's the progression that is the slowest, because you really need to take up a lot of ground. For Eric, he's jumped right in and he's playing well.
Yeah, Eric Oncins similar to Jack Monroe as far as Oncins has been playing pickleball since 2016, but took time off to go and play tennis at FGCU down in Estero, Florida.
And it was Oncins and Humberg that knocked out Jack Monroe and Megan Fudge. That one in straight games, and it wasn't even really a close contest, 8-4, before getting past Carson, or CJ Klinger rather, and Jill Braverman in 3 games in the semifinals. Both Oncins and Howells have the ability to inject power. What's going to be the X factor in this matchup?
Controlled aggression. Eric Oncins and Will Howells both able to really move well and apply some pressure, but have a tendency at times just to get a little too big with those swings. Can overdo it at times.
0-0-2.
Humberg to serve first. Missed return from Newell and a quick point.
1-0-2.
26 years old, Kansas City, Missouri. A step over from Oncins, flies long.
Well, that's what you're going to see from Eric Oncins. He's going to step over, try and get as big as possible. Saw him do it
0-1-1.
all day the other day in the bracket.
Oncins all over the court, but it's Newell and Howells that win the point.
Yeah, good hands and good counters there from Newell and Howells. That last one Oncins just getting a little too outstretched and then jammed up as it came back into the body.
So good.
I'm getting just a little off balance. The kitchen line was Oncins as Newell and Howells take the 1-point lead.
2-1-1.
Lands inside the court, surprising both Howell and Newells.
Well inside.
I mean, if you can look up at the flag right now, you can tell why. But Howells jumps out of the way like that's going to be 5 feet deep, and it lands 2 feet in because it's blocked down or pushed down from the wind.
In the middle of that, Yana Newell took a full swing at the ball and missed, and Howells was back there for a good backup.
Yeah, I like her getting up there being aggressive. She's got the power.
Nice.
Trying to go backhand flick, pushes it long, and that's 4 straight points for Howell Newells.
That's part of the controlled aggression that I was talking about right there, specifically with Oncins. He's so long and lanky that he can get to a lot of balls, but he has a tendency to overdo it. And right now, the body positioning is not really flowing for them.
So as early timeout for Mari Humberg and Eric Oncins as they find themselves facing a 4-point deficit. And earlier this week, Dom, Chad, and I, we got a chance to put our athletic talents to use.
True athletes.
Slow pitch softball game with our producer John Graff. And it was Chad Edwards that came away as the game MVP.
Hey, you know what? We had some fun. We got out there.
Well, you had some fun for sure. A 2-run home run, a double that I forced you into.
Run after I hurt my
But the most important thing is that we won.
Hit flexor. We did win
by one.
Yeah.
Dom was clean in the infield. You dove for some balls that you didn't have to.
You waffled into the fence once.
Listen, it's all about the effort. We see it on the court. Same thing applies to the softball field. We're hoping to make it a yearly occurrence when we come back to Chicago, the home of the APPs. For now, it will be the Fort coming up later this year. And Intersport, our friends and many of our colleagues making their home here in Chicago. Back to play, missed pickup there from Howell, so a good timeout from Humberg and Oncins as they earn the side out.
1-5-1.
Newell trying for the half Ernie, but it leaves Howells exposed.
I like it. She's being aggressive right there. Seeing Oncins on dead sprint here, but she just can't put it away.
Her arms need to be about 6 inches longer.
That was an ACC on ACC matchup there. The Notre Dame standout going against Humberg, who played her collegiate tennis at Louisville.
Good pressure there from Howells. Difficult for Oncins and Humberg to get that ball down. Here Oncins trying to pump his partner up.
3-5-2.
It's such a tough thing to pick up right there.
Why?
Just with how much cut and how much backspin Humberg has on it. It was kind of a dead dink that came to her. So you really see how much she can cut it. And it just slides right there on Newell. You see the difficulty she had trying to pick it up.
Nice adjustment but from Humberg, but it left it elevated for Howells to put away.
Yeah, a little love off the tape right there, and Howell's able to get on top of that, get that out of the outstretched arms of Eric Oncins.
5-4-1.
Nice spot there from Oncins.
Ball go between Howell's legs, and Yana Newell gets that. It's a tough angle for us. Not quite.
Not quite. But again, good pressure there from Oncins.
It's unrelenting pressure as Oncins able to get up to the kitchen line.
Well, his reach and his ability to take that ball out of the air, once he's dialed that in, he's very, very dangerous. We saw a couple of errors early on. Now he's a little bit more controlled with it. Oh.
Tempted scorpion there from Newell as that ball looked like it was coming straight at her face. It's 5-all. Howells and Newell taking a timeout. And guys, we thought perhaps that Humberg and Oncins are the less experienced pair on Championship Sunday. Newell has been in a lot of gold medal matches. Will Howells is the leading medal getter for men on tour this season, but they look to have settled in coming out of that last timeout.
Well, yeah, again, they've slowed the game down to their pace. And when I say slow the game down, I don't mean that literally. They've just got it in
They've
their
slowed
pace,
themselves
right?
down.
Right, exactly. Physically, they've slowed themselves down. Almost looked like the pace was hurting them. Now they've got it under control. Mari is doing a great job of dropping and letting Oncins get in and be big. So it's a great job and a great adjustment.
What's the adjustment that Howells and Newell need to make?
5-5-1.
Honestly, I think they have to go behind Oncins a little bit more and make that ball bounce if they can.
Yeah, come on.
Nice spot from Humberg.
Come on, man. That's what, right here now. Let's go. Yeah.
6-5-1.
Nice serve there from Humberg.
A missed return gives Humberg and Oncins a cushion here in game number 1 of our mixed doubles gold medal match.
7-5-1.
Nice, good lead. Great job.
Oncins push it just a bit long, trying to run through that forehand.
He looks at Humberg and goes, I missed it.
Just missed it.
Yeah, he wants that one back.
7-5-2.
Yeah, come on. Right
Side out.
Missed third, so a side out, but not before Humberg and Oncins able to retake a 2-point advantage.
5-7-1.
That step volley right there is tough because he gets a lot on that.
5-7-2.
Tough to drive that one for Yana Newell. Again, it's the cut and the backspin from Mari Humberg that makes it so difficult to get underneath the ball.
An immediate challenge coming from Oncins and Humberg.
They're about ready to jump over the net right there.
There is a challenge of the out call.
Ball called out
The out call.
on the court.
That looked like it was inside the line, potentially. Wind pushed it down.
So the call on the court was out. Should it stand, it would be 7-5-2. Our video referee for this mixed doubles gold medal match, Diane Unicich, with Melody Woodsum as our tracking referee and Aaron McCarskey, our lead ref. I want to go back to what you were talking about, Chad, with the undercut of Mari Humberg, because we have seen multiple players, men and women, be victimized by that backspin that she has. Is there an adjustment to be made, or do you have to wait for Humberg to miss?
Well, the difficult... Oh, are we coming back yet? No, not yet. In order to really neutralize that backspin and the cut that Humberg hits, you have to cut the ball back to her because it takes the spin in the opposite direction. A lot of the players are playing with heavier topspin now, so the topspin drive, the topspin dink. What's happening is Humberg is already generating more spin for them. So when it kind of hits off the paddle, it does one or two things. If they stop the paddle, it pops straight up. If they go through it too quickly, then it pushes it straight down. So it's almost, you have to cut the ball back to her or go with a flatter ball to try to neutralize some of that backspin.
And it sounds like you're saying that a lot of players aren't comfortable matching her cut for cut.
Well, and this is the progression of pickleball. We used to see, and we'll see this replay right now. Looks like it may have just caught the back of the line or on the line. Ooh, that's tight.
Any immediate reactions, fellas?
I think that may have just caught the back of the line, but that's tight.
Yeah.
I mean, one, you can say, yeah, Newell and Howells can't fault them for calling that ball out at real time. Certainly would have looked out.
This is one of the longer video reviews that we have had. Remember, a ball is only challengeable if it is a rally-ending ball.
Looks like we got a decision though. But really quickly, you know, the transition to pickleball, we used to just hit flat or cut dinks, and then it went more topspin. So a lot of the newer players that have really just been working topspin since they came into the game, that backspin or cut dink isn't something that they're as comfortable with.
The call on the court is overturned. The score will be 8-5-1 with Oncins score serving.
So the call on court is overturned.
3 challenges remaining. Receivers, 3 challenges remaining. 15 seconds.
3 challenges for each side because Oncins and Humberg were successful in their challenge.
Time in.
8-5-1.
8-5-1.
Hands battle won by Humberg.
That's just incredible right there. I thought she was beat one time from Howells.
I think she may have too.
She gets it back and surprise Howells.
This one, yeah.
What a monstrous swinging volley.
What a move.
And brings up game point for Oncins and Humberg.
10-5-1. Second serve.
Still second serve on the way.
All the way back, all the way back. Come on, come on.
Here Howells there trying to positive talk with Newell. Game 1 goes the way of the Brazilians. Oncins and Humberg trailed by 4, but they take game 1 11-5. Game 2.
They were down by
5-1.
No, it's a 10-point run to end it. We've had an 11, a 9, a 10.
We can math here in the booth, and we've got game 2 coming up next in our mixed doubles gold medal match. Don't go anywhere. More from the Zimmer Biomet APP Chicago Open. The APP is proud to host the 100 Club of Illinois on center court. The 100 Club of Illinois is a nonprofit organization that provides support to the families of first responders killed in the line of duty and supports active duty first responders throughout our state. To learn more about 100 Club of Illinois, visit 100clubil.org. Game 1 turned on a dime. Mari Humberg and Eric Oncins ripping off a 10-point run to take game 1 11-5. Fellas, what was the biggest difference for Oncins and Humberg towards the end of that game?
Well, it was once Oncins got dialed in, he was staying a little bit more composed as far as how much he was trying to go. And that's kind of that controlled aggression that we were talking about before.
0-0-2.
0-0-2. Newell to start serving in game number 2. First point to Newell and Howells. Wind is whipping slightly once again here on championship court.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for both teams here now.
1-0-2. Short serve, side out.
Short serve, side out. You don't see that very often, but again, the wind, it factors into everything you do.
0-1-1.
This is probably the strongest that it's been all day consistently right now.
Come on, come on.
Point. Cross the plane net without hitting the ball.
Oh, Newell got called for crossing the plane
On her Ernie attempt.
Not a challengeable call as
1-1-1.
Howells appealed to the lead referee, but it is 1-all.
Second serve.
Oncins just getting a little too close to the ball right there. So just going back to that,
1-1-2.
Yana Newell went past the net post and basically crossed onto the side of Oncins and Humberg. If she had hit the ball and made contact before crossing that plane, it would have been okay, and once you cross over, but the fact that she didn't make contact and crossed over.
Seeing Will Howells a little hesitant speeding balls up.
Yeah.
That ball was up in the air. Typically he's going to speed that up, but Oncins' hands making him second guess.
So you think it's the speed of Oncins' hands that are giving Howells a second thought?
Yeah.
Inside out, and then Oncins finishes. Would it be safe to say that Oncins has faster hands than Howells?
No, I wouldn't say that he has faster hands. I just think the power coming back on the counter attack kind of is the scary part of it.
Right back through the middle off the paddle of Oncins.
I think their hands are very similar. Both players have quick hands. It's also the reach of Oncins as well, because he gets the balls that you're not expecting somebody to be able to take out of the air.
Almost like a CJ Klinger in that regard, as Humberg misses the third. His wingspan is so long.
2-1-2.
Drops just inside the baseline, and Howells cannot believe it.
I can't believe it either with the wind of their back. That ball dropped.
It was bottom edge guard. Bottom edge guard right here.
Howells was standing right in front of us, and his expression as that ball landed well inside the court spoke volumes.
That one Oncins just getting a little too flat on. A little too much contact, top of the ball.
1-3-1.
Newell can't make the pickup, and it pushes she and Will Howells on to second serve.
1-3-2.
Great return there from Humberg, pushing Newell back behind the baseline, forcing her to hit that drive off her back foot.
Game one was a rapid-fire run by Humberg and Oncins. Game two has started out as a more grinded-out affair, with the 7 seeds leading by 2, 3-1-1. Oncins all over it. It's that wingspan coming into play once again.
But that's also to the spot that he likes to counter on. He wants to counter on the backhand side. If Newell can take that a little bit more crossbody, then it's going to be difficult for Oncins. But when he's sitting on that backhand,
Oncins went big serve. It's called out on the court. Oncins looked like he may have wanted to challenge. They will not. So second serve. Oncins trying to reach in for the backhand flick, finds the tape instead. What do Newells and Howells need to do to spark a run?
I said in game one, I'd stick by it here, is go behind Oncins more. He's hugging too much middle of the court right there. They're trying to find Humberg, but the window is so small. They have to open that back up by going behind.
That's not going to do
Oncins
it.
first.
That's an easy put away for Humberg right there, her forehand. Everyone talks about Humberg's cut and everything. She's got sneaky power. Do not leave anything up to her forehand.
A very easy power off of the paddle of Mari Humberg. That was teed up perfectly for Howells.
Oncins came forward, tried to put the pressure on, and then he just bailed as soon as he saw the swing from Howells.
Smart
right
decision.
Here.
miscommunication there in the middle. Whose ball should that have been?
I think it's got to be Humberg's ball. Let Oncins crash.
Yeah.
Let her drop that and you get in.
Oncins catching a break off the net cord right into the body of Newell's.
The adjustment he makes on the fly right there to be able to control that forehand is incredible.
That time Newell wins the battle.
Well, and that was a better spot to start that one. Even though she goes cross court, Humberg takes it back cross court, so it gives that extra ball to
Oncins pushes it
throw
long.
Oncins off.
Newell and Howells back within 1.
3-4-2.
Good leave by Oncins. Did not miss the roll by much.
Referee correction, side out. 4-3-1.
Howells puts the backhand into the tape. Another point for Humberg and Oncins.
Howells wants that one back right there. He gets the ball up.
5-3-1.
Just leaning back a little too far there was Howells.
Oncins steps across, puts away the forehand winner.
But that's what I was just about to say off of that drive. It's difficult playing somebody like Eric Oncins because you're always under pressure.
The scary thing for the rest of the field is Oncins just going to get better. Fake out from Howells as Oncins was going for the Ernie.
That's awesome.
What I love about all 4 of these players on court is you can see how much fun they're having in that exchange.
Newell. She's like, yeah, I'll take you on your cut forehand dink game.
Listen, Yana Newell can be spicy at times. She's got that little spark to her. Newell coming to play here in game number 2.
Humberg wasn't even looking at the ball that she got back after it kicked off at the net cord. But see, Newell has made the adjustment now where she's giving herself more space.
All over the court, Oncins goes 5-hole on Howells.
Wow, nice adjustment there from Oncins after the overhead. Rushes back up nicely.
4-6-2.
Newell and Howells back within 1.
Newell is getting fired up right now.
5-6-2.
A little too much.
Referee timeout. There's a challenge on the out call. The out call has its side out. We'll proceed to video review. The score of 6-5-1.
Yeah, Newell trying to do just a little too much there, trying to match how much cut Humberg was putting on it. And what she has done an excellent job. Sorry, giving herself a little bit more room. It gives time for the spin to work its way out, and then she can cut back with her. I think she just went for a little too much on that last ball, pushed it just wide.
So a call on the court is out. That would make it 6-5-1 with Humberg and Oncins serving. Initial reactions, guys?
Yeah,
Looks just wide.
The Humberg's right on top of it as well, staring right down the line.
That's the difference. She's not the one that's able to make that call. Oncins is the one that makes that call. That's a very difficult call for Humberg because she's trying to track the ball, catch up to the ball, and hit the ball.
Humberg and Oncins ripped off 10 straight points to take game number 1, 11-5 here in our mixed doubles gold medal match. It's been a tighter affair here in game number 2, with Humberg and Oncins currently holding on to what would be a 1-point advantage should this call be upheld. Still one more gold medal match to go after this mixed doubles. We have women's doubles rounding out the day here at the Zimmer Biomet APP Chicago Open. Guys, your overall thoughts on the level of competition we've seen thus far?
Some great matches so far. I mean, we had some excitement in the first couple singles matches. The first men's match, I mean, it was handily won by CJ, and Will played extremely well. This one, again, another game of runs. First game was a game of runs, but now this one a little more even halfway through.
Much like Howells wanting to end that men's doubles match early because he had to get ready for this one, Mari Humberg will have to turn around after this mixed doubles match and prepare herself for women's doubles. She'll be playing with Amanda Hendry against Susanna Barr and Bobby Oshiro. How big is this point at what would be 6-5-1?
Well,
cut off the momentum?
Yeah, and that's the momentum shift a little bit. Newell and Howells picking up that momentum. Newell now getting very vocal, trying to fire her partner up. She's made the adjustment on the Humberg ding, giving it back with a little bit more pace and spin.
What we've seen from Will Howells in this tournament that's been different from previous tour stops on the season, he's been more even keel than we have seen him. He is typically the excitement guy, the vocal guy, hasn't done it as much. Do you think he needs to revert to that maybe here to pick himself up a bit?
I think so. I like how he's been, right? He's been calm, cool, collected. I mentioned that yesterday in his interview. I think he's playing really well with this even keel. When he gets a little too high, it's a little too high and too excited. He's got to play that even keel.
Highs too high, lows too lows.
Yeah.
Well, it's very easy to kind of crash and burn when you get really fired up.
You never strike me as a guy that got that fired up. Said with full sarcasm.
Let's put it this way. When I was pitching, I used to just catch the ball back from the catcher with my bare hand to get myself fired up.
Technical difficulty. The call on the court stands. This score will be 6-5-1.
So another technical difficulty here on the
Humberg
replay system.
I'm sorry.
So the call for Oncins and Humberg of
Humberg serving.
out
yes.
ball or an out call
Will stand. So Humberg and Oncins back on serve at 6-5-1.
Time in. 6-5-1.
You're just trying to do a little too much with that ball out of the air. You see, you try to really crank up the back of the ball to add heavy topspin.
7-5-1.
Flick sails along, second serve.
That's a tough ball to keep in there from Oncins, especially You know, if you're going to be full extension, you've got to be a little bit more composed as far as pace-wise. When he goes full force.
Good adjustment.
The wind blew it back into the net.
Wind brutalizing Howell there on that play.
8-5-2.
Finding the net again is Yana Newell.
And Newell getting a little frustrated right now. They switched sides and Newell stayed on the left there, but
1 minute.
Oncins and Humberg still taking Newell as a predominant target.
Do you like the decision to switch sides?
Well, it's just giving it a different look, but you know, right now Newell is just being so pressured that she's finding it difficult to get out of the situation that she's in.
Not be understated how important that video challenge was, because it was called out on the court. That made it 6-5-1 and gave the serve back to Humberg and Oncins. And now they have consolidated that, scoring 3 straight points, 9-5, and 2 points away from a gold medal.
Yeah, definite momentum shift there between Newell and Howells. And it's kind of a mindset as well, because you're in a challenge and in reality, you think you're wrongly done because you feel like your ball was in, but your opponents call it out. So that affects the mindset there as well.
15 seconds.
Newell and Howells back out on court quickly after calling the timeout, trying to regroup and force a winner-take-all Game 3 here in our mixed doubles gold medal match. Humberg couldn't shape the ATP, and Howells and Newell able to stem the tide for a moment.
5-9-1.
Oncins pushing Newell back.
5-9-2.
Nice angle there from Howells for the winner.
Big finish, 1-2 combo there from Will Howells, and forehand drive and the backhand finish.
6-9-2.
Deep return from Oncins.
Well, you saw the short return from Humberg on the previous point that allowed Howells to step forward. Oncins just unleashes on that return.
Comes back with interest off the paddle of Oncins.
My goodness.
I've seen that so many times.
It brings up championship point for Humberg and Oncins.
Oh, just
Made sure she stayed on the right side of the net that time.
just fed it to her. Good move there from Yana Newell.
It's still championship point.
Newell tried to hit it.
Just long as Oncins was looking to drop it in the middle. 2 championship points saved.
Good movement there from Howells. Coming over, taking that pressure off Newell. But the biggest thing there is every time he stepped over, he took it back behind him toward Humberg. That keeps him in control of the point rather than stepping away and exposing Newell.
Newell Newell sends it into the signage beyond the court.
Well, because the ball's hit so hard, she's behind it, right? So as she's dragging through, paddle drags back, and now she can't get on top.
10-10-2.
Howells going for the big forehand, nets it. And now Humberg and Oncins get back on serve. Championship point number 3. Oncins can't make the pickup. 3 championship points saved. Still 1 to face. Oncins forehand winner. And for the first time, Mari Humberg and Eric Oncins are golden.
Really fun match
A
there.
little unlucky there for Yana Newell with the net guard. But again, it's Eric Oncins and the amount of pressure that he puts on with the serve and that heavy forehand drive on the 3rd shot. It's just so difficult to try to weather that storm.
Well, we will hear from Eric Oncins and Mari Humberg when we come back here on Championship Court. You're watching the Zimmer Biomet APP Chicago Open on CBS Sports Network.
Mari Humberg and Eric Oncins coming out on fire in game 1, finishing that one on a 10-point run. And then weathering a late charge there from Howells and Newell in game 2. But it was the ability for Oncins to step over and really put the pressure on that led them to victory here. We're going to throw it down to Dorian Croft, who's courtside with Eric and Mari for our post-match interview.
Thanks, Chad. Eric, Mari, congratulations. Your first gold medals individually and your first as a duo. Eric, I know this is a newer partnership, but what is it that makes playing alongside Mari so successful?
I mean, props to her. This is the first time she's playing on the right side. And throughout the whole tournament, I don't think she played a single point on the left. So props to her for this is a huge accomplishment for her. And I hope we can play some more together. And I think now she's the right side queen. She carried me all the way to the final, so.
I don't think Mari's going to disagree with you if it means more gold medals. And Mari, he mentioned the right side. You have talked about it loud and long this week. You and I have had conversations about it. But what did you learn about yourself and your skill set playing on the right side this week?
So first of all, I want to thank everyone that's out here and the APP, the organization, the fans. Everyone's incredible. Thank you. We got one more match. Don't go anywhere. But to be honest, I've been working really hard on the right side. I'm dramatic when I say I don't ever play over there. I practice it all the time. It's just nice to actually hit a few shots over there. Turns out I slice from both sides. Shocker. But this guy's a stud. He's positive all the way. He's got great energy, and we get to speak in Portuguese, which is just a plus. So lots of fun this week.
Well, Mari, we will see you in that next gold medal match coming up. But Eric, Mari, congratulations on your mixed doubles gold medal.
Well, Mari and Eric all smiles there, taking their first career gold medals. We're going to take a break here, but we'll return for more action from the Zimmer Biomet APP Chicago Open.